Have you seen the guys that you people, wonderful people in a minute? God bless all of you. Where's my other stuff? There we go. Academic awards, Travis and Charlie. Loved it. Both earned 4.0s. GPAs in 2023, which is incredible. I want you to run with that like you run with the portal stuff. CBS players ranking, Travis #1, Shador #4 for the top 100 players entering the football season. Chauncey Billups, my man, my dear friend, love him to life. A couple weeks ago, selected Basketball Hall of Fame. Unbelievable, man, unbelievable. Great coach, great person, great human being, which has embraced me and my family in this state and shown us what a soul food is and everything we can think of. So I love him to life. Black and Gold Weekend Talent Show will be Thursday night. We've asked people to send in their videos to register, and they're hilarious. I think we're probably going to start posting them today, but the talent show is going to be something to behold. Spring game, we kick off Saturday at 1. We need to sell out that spring game as we did last year. Lil Wayne concert Saturday night. I'm pretty sure you're going to sell that out, you and your friends. Tickets available at cubuffs.com/tickets. Student of the week, Donis Forrest, safety, Union City, California, sociology major. Micah Welch, freshman. Oh my God, this guy is just student of the weekend, running the heck out of football. There we go. I got depth charts if you want to know potentially, as well as everything else in their mama that's ready for you guys. So let's go. Let's have a good time.
Hey, Coach. You talked a little bit about Micah there.
Yeah.
What has he shown you so far since he got on campus?
Everything. I'm sorry. I'm watching you while you're watching me, so we won't get in nothing wrong no more. Yeah. You get it wrong, I got you. Okay. The kid has a low sense of gravity. You know that in his size and his stature and in what he brings to the table, but he studies his butt off. I just was having a conversation with him over there about his snack machines. The kid is phenomenal. I'm happy that he came early enrollee and able to contribute this spring, getting the understanding of the offense, the flow and the speed of the game, the physicality of it. The kid brings a lot to the table, and he should see touches. He does not play. He runs a lot like Savion, like Wilkinson. He runs a lot like that, and both of those guys are similar, but he brings a lot to the table. Love it.
Jake, go ahead.
Coach, so we talked to Kevin Mathis a few weeks ago, and he was mentioning how versatile defensive backs have been. Guys playing the slot, guys playing safety. Just wondering if you could share a little bit more into that philosophy and what it's going to look like in the season.
We don't know what it's going to look like because we still have, I think, 4 to 5 more young men that's coming in that we know that are coming in, especially at the cornerback position. But when you're talking about, bringing Hodge in and McKinney in, these guys are unbelievable. And you could put Travis at the nickel, or you could. I don't want to give away too much, but all of those guys are versatile. They can play the slot, they can play the dime, they can play the corner, they can play whatever you desire them to play. And with the stability of Shallow and Cam, it's unbelievable. Herm has played with us before, coming from Jackson and Marion. He's going to contribute tremendously, we feel, and these other guys are fighting their butts off to get reps and to do what we need them to do.
Go ahead, Nikki.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
Good, how are you? Nikki Edwards, Hughes Sports Report. As you're losing some guys to the portal, what are you looking forward to reestablish? What position groups are you hunting?
I wish you guys do a little more homework when you start talking about the portal and understand what we're losing. What are we losing? I got time today.
Backups.
What are we losing?
Potential starters and
Potential.
Depth.
Where?
tight end, running back.
You haven't been watching practice, though.
Well, we're not allowed in.
Amen. We good. We're good. I trust the recruiting team. I trust our coaches. So please have some faith in me. We're good. We all right. We all right. What happens with the portal, man, and you guys need to know, a lot of people are fighting for backups. When a guy's a starter and he transfers, you got to really think about that. I mean, is he really that? I don't know how many starters have really transferred around the country. I think we got some coming in from visits pretty soon, maybe even this weekend. But we can attract those type of players, but I don't think we're losing those type of players. And if we do, we're good. We're good. We're making a big deal out of that. God, I want to say so much stuff, but I can't. God, I want to say so much stuff. I keep remembering my head coach. Let's go.
Adam, let's just have your 24/7 sports. Kind of building off that. What do you view as your needs in the transfer portal as you kind of fortify this roster?
Always depth. I think every coach wants depth. You want depth at the offensive line. We're going to bring in several more of those guys, defensive interior guys as well. We got pass rushers coming. A couple already signed. I think we got 4 defensive backs as well. That's coming. 2 already signed. Linebacker. A couple linebackers gonna come in. What else? I think we already signed. We already got a commitment for the tight end, I believe. So I think we're good. I know where we are. You'll find out where we are real soon.
Coach Scott Proctor at the Colorado. More of a mental health question. I saw you share a moment the other day with Amir Robinson.
Yeah.
Just kind of asking him how he was doing.
Yeah.
How do you, as a program, kind of make sure guys stay even keel with a lot of attention, a lot of pressure, schoolwork, and all? What do you kind of tell them in that regard?
We have tremendous relationships. We know our kids. They know us. We have so many different departments and resources to assist these young men in any form or fashion. And he's a young man that's dear to my heart. I know his father personally, and I can see the spirit on him that he's carrying weight. He's heavy. So I just wanted to let him know we love him, we appreciate him. Anything that he needs, we're there for him. Even if he needs a break, but he's not that kind of guy. He's a workaholic, wants to work hard, wants to work his butt off, want to get in, want to earn a position on a special teams or defense or whatever. And I just appreciate him and his focus through all the turmoil and the trials that he's facing, because we know what they are. It's visible. Everyone knows. But he's rocking steady, man, and I got a lot of respect for him. He's a good young man, too. God, his father raised a good young man. Yes, sir.
Hey, Coach, Pat Graham, Associated Press. As far as recruiting, transfer portal, you have a couple aces up your sleeve and shadows you do kind of recruiting through Instagram.
Hold on. Let's stop right there. I think most prominent players at every program are probably your best recruiters. We have a recruiting department that's superb and they're elite, I really feel. But I wish you could have a conversation with Shador and just tell him to just show you his DM one time. You would not believe the kids that call him or call Shiloh, because they're high-profile young men that calls Travis, that calls Jimmy, that calls some of the guys that has been here, that it's the standard to fill us out, to see where we are. Because a lot of young men we can't talk to. It's not legal. So what do? They communicate through one another. You guys got to learn that stuff. That's how the communication starts. And that's how it works. So when Shiloh was making a joke, which he was, about hit me up, my brother, offensive, defense, or whatever, it's a joke, but it's actually real. That's how stuff happens. Players recruit players, man. We do a wonderful job as the staff, but they got to be validated by players, because they played with those players that you're talking about, either in high school, at an all-star game. They know somebody that knows somebody. That's how the recruiting thing works, man, for real. It's players. They know who the dogs are and who the cats are. Sometimes we get caught up in the personal aspect of it. We may know the uncle or know the father, or trying to, be a refuge for the mother. But no, players know players and how they get down.
Will you bump the Kamani left?
Excuse me?
Will you bump the Kamani left?
I want, I want the best for him, man. I really do. I want that kid to soar. I want him to man up. I want him to be the best possible athlete and human being and person that he could possibly be. I want him to fulfill all those dreams that his mother and he desires. I really, really do, man. I think he's a young man that's going to find his way real soon. And sometimes you need to disconnect from something to reconnect to something else, to restart you and re-energize you and stabilize you. But I don't dislike any of the kids that may leave, man, because I just want the best of them. I really do. I'm just crazy like that. I really want the best for all these kids, no matter what transpires in their life.
Hey, Coach Tyler King with Denver Gazette. We've heard some people say this spring that Maran Miller has kind of flashed as he's getting ready for his sophomore season. What have you seen from him, and how big a role do you feel like he can play for this offense going forward?
Well, I don't know what role he's going to play, but the kid can flat out play the game. He's really good. Coach Phillips was on his butt every day in getting him to be consistent, not only in his play, but understanding the game and taking that step up that he desires to be that guy. He has like 3 alpha guys out there with him, and he has to be one of those. You can't fall back with those guys in that meeting room. Those guys are dogs, and there's 4 other dogs that's on their way right now as we speak. So that kid can play the game. I can't wait to see him put it all together, and he's putting it all together right now, right before our eyes.
Hey Coach, Taylor Zadesky with Buffsky. Have you, I know that you always strive to have discipline and passion be a huge part of the program, and how sometimes it overshines talent. Mm-hmm. Have you seen a huge emphasis on players holding each other accountable?
That's part of the maturation of this team. That's part of the unity of this team. That's part of the leadership. I have a leadership group on this team that consists of probably 17 players or more that I meet with every week, and we recharge them and energize them and give them good words of wisdom and that they can abide by and go out and execute. And they kind of police the locker room and do what they need to do on the field as well. I love where they are, who they are, and how they get down. And not all of those young men are starters. You don't have to be a great athlete or starter or NFL destined player to be a leader. We got leaders that come in all type of packages.
Coach Sean Key with Denver Post.
My man.
You mentioned depth.
Yeah.
How challenging is it, not just keeping that, holding, because as you're going to get hurt, you know that better than anybody.
Right.
But building chemistry and culture when there's that much turnover every spring or something.
I think that's with every school. That's not just here. That's with every school. You guys just are compensated to pay attention to us a little more than anybody else, but that's with everyone. The truth of the matter is, I mean, everybody's fighting for depth. That's what you're fighting for, those guys. You're fighting to really get those ones that are pro-minded and they have that capability of going to the league and producing here. But then you want those guys right behind that's waiting their turn, that cannot wait. And you don't want that guy to be a 3. You want that guy to be a kind of a 1.5 and not truly a 2, that they have competition. Right now, the changes you see in the portal are a lot of 2s, man. That's not. I'm not saying that about us, but that's what usually transfers in the portal from place to place. And some of those guys are going to go and they're going to be a 1 somewhere else, which is a beautiful thing. And I think that's what they desire, and that's what the goal is: to be a starter, to go to the NFL and live that dream, man. And I'm all for them. I want them to do so.
Hey Coach, Jack Harlow with Buffalo's Wire. With spring game coming up in about a week, do you anticipate kind of running it similar to what you did last year in terms of Like you're like one offense, two defense.
Yeah.
Anything different? You're gonna
Yeah. Because one's offense playing against the two defense. Don't the two defense want to be the one defense? Okay, and then you have the one defense playing against the two offense, and that two offense wants to be the one. Then you have times where you may mix it up one versus one. But if you don't go one versus two, how are you going to tell that those twos are capable of playing against ones? That's the way we practice every day. That's the way we kind of place that. I like that thought process, and then threes go against threes. So I hate to say 1, 2, and 3. Let's just say black, white, or gold. Let's just put it like that to give them their respect.
A couple more, go ahead.
Coach Troy Fitting, CU Sports Report. Dylan Edwards talked to us about how he's kind of rounding out his skill set, playing a little bit more receiver. What have you seen from his development, and how do you imagine he'll be used this year?
Dylan is a tremendous asset. We're going to try to get the ball to Dylan in all forms and facets. We got some pretty good receivers. So he has to develop that tremendously to be able to take a receiver off the field to put a running back out there. That's kind of tough. That's asking a bit much, especially with you know who we have coming here as receiver and who we have already in house. But Dylan, man, I mean, just splitting him out at times and seeing him in front of a linebacker out wide is a scary thought. And Pat is going to do a great job, man, of getting him the ball where he needs to get the ball on the go. He's developing, running the ball inside as well. As you know, he can get outside and he change the speeds, change the pace, and his burst. And his mental and physical toughness is above par. We're proud of him. We really are.
Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell with the camera. I have two questions for you. First off, with the tight ends, what are you seeing out of like Savell and Morgan?
Tremendous athletes. Tremendous athletes. Hand-eye coordination, can catch the ball, can get vertical. They're physical, defensive guys, you know. So they got that it, man. They really do. But they're athletes. They're really versatile.
And then offensive line, who specifically? I know you talked about
all of them.
They look better, but like
all of them.
All.
Yeah, it ain't just one just saying, "Hey, I'm standing out." No, these guys are a tremendous group and they're a tremendous family. You rarely see one without the other. You rarely see one of those guys anywhere. You see 3 or 4 of them together at all times. And tell you what, Rock, I would call it Rock Tyler, is Brown, is killing. He's probably grading higher than the guys on a daily basis. And he's consistent as I don't know what. But you talking about physicality and being able to run the ball, we should be able to do that.
Is it a combination of talent and also more cohesion among that group?
Phil is really good. Phil is really good. Phil Loro is really good at what he does. He's been there. He's done that. They respect that. They admire that. They try to embody that and emulate that. And his communication skills are impeccable. Gunner's done a phenomenal job as well. But these are different kids, man. I don't know if you guys have had the pleasure to meet any of them, talk to them. It's different, aren't they? In which way?
Mature, big physically. I thought they were mature group the ones I've talked to.
Anybody else? What's
maturity is what stood out to me too.
Yeah. And physicality on the field. You guys would know that, but it's a different thing. It's a different game that they're playing. Like they're really playing. They really have a why. Not saying that nobody else didn't. They really have a why, and they're out there fulfilling that, man. I love the way they attack practice, and they're holding one another truly accountable. They don't play about each other. I'm proud of that.
Go ahead, Ryan.
On the note of players recruiting players, Shador made it very well known that he wanted Jonte Wester.
Yeah.
What have you seen from those two, especially from?
Oh my God, Jonte is a pro, man. He's a Florida boy, and he comes with that dog mentality, that swagger in him that he's making Jimmy go get it. Jimmy already was a go getter, but now Jimmy is all right. I got that shoot. You see what he doing over there? Like it's very competitive, and I like it. Shador's been doing that, so I don't know why you guys go crazy about. Does that mean? I don't know why you guys go crazy about them recruiting. That's how it goes. That's how the story goes. You guys been knowing that. That's one of our best recruiters. Shador is unbelievable. You don't think with all these kids that come in here and they don't want to meet Shador, Shiloh or Travis or some of our key guys, like that's what they request. So those guys make themselves available for those young men. We got a bunch of guys coming up, I know, spring weekend, and I'm pretty sure we're going to make sure we have some tremendous hosts that are happy with the program and played here and doing some phenomenal things on and off the field.
All right, last one, go ahead, Matt.
NFL draft is about 10 days away or so, and almost immediately after it happens, we're going to get the think pieces about next year, and we're going to start getting the breakdowns about next year. Just curious, before we get to that point, who is your NFL comp for Shador?
I don't do that. I don't compare my kids to nobody's kids to another kid. I want them to be the first of somebody, not the second of somebody. I don't do that. I don't comp them to nobody. Ain't another Travis out there. Ain't another Shador out there. Ain't another Shiloh and Jimmy or Jonte. I mean, shoot. These dogs on the line, I don't. NFL does that foolishness. I don't even know if that even sticks. They're always trying to do that to pique your interest. I don't believe in that. And I don't know who reported that I said there were several teams that my kids wasn't going to. Whoever did that is a liar, and that's stupid. And I like to track that. I like to track that stuff down and hold people accountable in the media, man. Like, they should not be able to tweet or text or something like they put some stupid out like that. That was, I don't know who ran with that. Who was the first one who reported that?
It was me, Coach.
Yeah. I don't like you, son.
I'm Shiloh. I'm your favorite.
Hey, they tripping about your post.
You told them I'm trying to win?
But isn't that how it always goes? Remember, we was in South Carolina. You had people calling you about wanting to come to Jackson with you, right?
Yeah, it's about players. Like what you said in your interview yesterday was spot on.
What did I say? I don't remember.
Like, you're not just the first person you're gonna reach out to isn't really just gonna be a coach. It's gonna be a player.
Right.
One of your friends, you know.
They're gonna check the temperature. They're gonna see how the program is because another player is gonna tell them that.
They don't know that's how the NFL is too, by the way.
Yeah, he's right. Exactly. One more, so I get out of here. The Shadow's gonna come and have a great time. I'm pretty sure.
Who's got it? Go ahead, Scott. Sorry.
Coach, just wanted to ask you, what's it been like working with Coach Sapp out on the field? And,
oh my God!
You probably had an idea of what it was going to be like working with him, but how has that kind of met your expectations?
Coach Sapp is a phenomenal communicator. He's on television for several years with me at the NFL Network. He's God, he knows his craft. He knows his craft superbly. That's why he has a gold jacket. It's not about just his athletic ability. He knows this game, and he's able to communicate that in his passionate way. And I love how he does it. I love what he brings to the table, who he is, how he is. He's a phenomenal person. I'm just really glad and I'm thankful that our young men are getting that on a daily basis. Just that communication. I love that because, shoot, during every coach but 3 of our staffers have been in the NFL coaching to play. And that's tremendous. That's tremendous for these young men to glean from. With Shiloh respects the heck out of his coach and his defensive coordinator. Same guy. You know, for so many reasons, mainly because he's been in the NFL. He's been where he wants to go. And that commands a different level of respect. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Coach.